Okay, so it seems like we've cut out, and unfortunately, I couldn't get the stream back. Like normally, it allows me to come back. Um, so I'm not sure. Hopefully, you guys find me here. Let me just see if I can figure out. So sorry about that. So, seems like we're going to have a very short video there. So, continuing on with what we were doing here, I'm just adding in some of the blue to the top of the sky here, just to give a little bit more color. Um, so if you're just tuning in and you missed my earlier very short live stream, I'm working in this book here by Hanna Karlzon. It's called Magical Dawn, and I'm just adding in some watercolor to the background, give a little more color to it. Alright, and then once I get settled in with how I think the sky is looking, which I already feel better about it. Okay. Then, here we go. Alright, so it seems like I am live, I am streaming. Good. So sorry about that. Melody, I'm using the Yarka Watercolor. It's a poured pan pigment set. And I got this back in 1998, but they're still selling it. It was a lot cheaper back then than it is now, but it's still pretty cheap. I think it's like around $50. So I love these watercolors. They're not technically super professional grade, but they're not student grade either. I think they're great for the money. Hello, welcome. All right, we've got Carol here, or I'm sorry, Karen and Melody. And so sorry that my feed cut out already. Looks like it was too hot for Abby up here. She has gone to the oasis of my air-conditioned bedroom. Just FYI, you guys, if you're not aware, right now in Philadelphia, it's we're going through a brutal heat wave, and I don't have air conditioning in my studio or my workspace. Normally, we don't need air conditioning, so I don't need it. But it is brutal, so that's why I'm doing it this early in the morning. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. That layer of watercolor I'm feeling pretty happy with. It didn't mess up with my hair too much, and I can always go through and I'll show you how I'm gonna fix that. But now I want to move, so I'm going to move these out of the way, just that way I don't spill them or otherwise destroy my book. Okay, so now I'm going to move into the marker phase. So I was working with marker last time. Just as a refresher, I did the hair, the skin, and some of the leaves. So I'm still base coating things and still getting things sort of sorted as far as like what the base color is going to be. So I think I'll move over to the flowers since they don't touch any of that watercolor. As that dries, we can be working on the flowers. So I haven't totally decided what I want the flowers to be, but while I work on the flowers, I think I'm also going to touch up. There's some areas in the background, but I think I can do this with marker. So I'm just pulling a couple of colors that I think might match. So I have here Tombow N80, yep, N89, 761, and 20. These are all really light colors. I think that they'll work with the colors I have in the background. So I'm going to start first This is actually almost too light. Hold on. This one. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to switch that to a 990. So I'm going to go in and just sort of fill in where I think it's too light. And this is a little bit easier with the brush marker as opposed to the watercolor. It doesn't have to be an exact match. Alright, I got you guys still with me, huh? Are we hanging in there? Cool. Alright. I'm just gonna check my cell phone every once in a while, make sure that you guys are still with me. Good, I'm glad it's working for you. Yeah, Melody, if you'd like, what I can do is in the description, I'll put, at the end of the video, I'll put the, I'll look up the Yarkas for you and put a link in the description, so that way it's easy. And you guys can snag them too. But any watercolor set will work. I just mix, you know, basic colors together to get what I want. Alright, so that's a little bit better there. Now I'm going to use 761, kind of get in a little bit more pink down here. This pink here will make the green pop a little bit more. It will look more green. So I'm just adding a couple more colors into the sunset sky. And the reason I work on the background before I work on the foreground is I find it to be easier to give it context if I can see what the background looks like. Sometimes when you're working on a white piece of paper, it's just so intimidating. So I like to get the page covered as quickly as possible, get those jitters out, and then you can really start working on the detail. Alright. And then just to balance it out, I'm also going to get that pink through here. Alrighty, we have disconnected yet again, but at least it came back for me. Okay, so not sure where we left off, but I added some. Oh, really rough. I'm really sorry, guys. Am I with you? I'm so sorry that my I believe it's the heat that causes my camera to my cell phone to cut out. So what I've been doing is just adding some more of this pink to the background. I'm using 761. Yeah, awesome. Welcome back. Sorry. Last time this happened, it did get better, so hopefully, I'm hoping that we have the same luck again. It's like the camera just needs to get used to it. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit more of this pink. Alright, and if you're just joining me, I am working in the book Magical Doll by Hanna Karlzon. For me, summer and summertime colors, it's all like warm, like reds, pinks, oranges, yellows. That all makes me feel like heat, you know, and today is a perfect day for a summertime coloring page because It's not even 10 o'clock and I'm already sweaty. It's barely even 9 o'clock. Alright. Welcome back, Melody. And hello, Maury. Welcome. Okay, so now swapping over to this 20 rose color. That's okay. What are you cooking for lunch? I hope it's something good. Are you going to share it with everybody? Alright. I'm just adding in a little bit more brilliance into the sky. Not too much. I'm still using most of the pastel colors from the Tombow markers. But I do want this sky to read a little bit more vibrant than what it does already. So what's nice about the Tombows is you can layer them. Yeah, I hate sweating too, Stacy, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm already sweating. I don't know what to tell you. It's really, really hot, but I'm trying not to touch the page with my arms, so that way I don't get any smudges happening. Okay, I'm really happy now. That really feels more like sunset to me. Before it felt a little too pale and muted, which is okay too. I mean, if that's the look you're going for, that's fine too, but I just wanted it to feel a little bit more Maury says she wants the Tombows now. Yeah, I like them. I know a lot of people don't, but I really love them. I find them to be really fun to work with. Okay, so now that I see the background is now this like nice vibrant color, I kind of want the flowers to contrast that. So I think I'm going to pick up some of the blues. Let's see, maybe a purpley blue for the flowers. This is a nice match for that sky color. Yes, I think I'm going to use this guy here. It's 553. And I'm going to go in and starting at the base of the flowers, just go in and put in some shadows. And I've colored over some of the flowers with the background color. That's okie dokie. We're gonna work through that. So just again, starting at the base, putting in where I think the shadows go. Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, it's funny, I only need air conditioning for about 3 weeks at most out of the year, and then the rest of the year it's quite lovely without it. So that's why I haven't splurged for an air conditioner. Also, I have vaulted ceilings in my living room area, in my studio. My living room and my studio are like the same big room. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, those vaulted ceilings make it really expensive to, oh, I think that's a leaf. Let me grab, I'm grabbing 228 and in this leaf here. Now back over to 553. So yeah, with the vaulted ceilings, it just makes it really cost prohibitive. I don't have a whole lot of money, so I'm gonna probably end up spending what spare money I have on art supplies instead of heating and cooling my house. But we all have to prioritize. Yeah. Oh, Melody, I love acrylics. I plan to do some pages in the future on my channel with acrylic paint. That is on my to-do list. So we will get there. But I'm showing watercolors and markers because that's what I've been using a lot lately. And a friend of mine asked me to do this page, and she's been feeling very, she's been having a tough time. She's been feeling kind of ill. She has some chronic diseases, so I just kind of wanted to cheer her up and show her how I would work on this page for her. So that's what we're doing this for. But yeah, I bought a set of actually student grade acrylic paint, so I could show you how you can get nice results even with really cheap paint. So I'm really looking forward to that video. I haven't tried the Winsor & Newton markers. Melody, you'll have to let us know how you like those. Alright, so we're gonna go with this guy. And you can see I just sort of follow the lines that, excuse me, that Hanna has given. Yep, and it looks like I missed another little spot, so I'm gonna jump back over to 228, and there's like this one little, like that, and now back to 553. Okay, looks like you guys are sticking with me, which is awesome. I apologize for the background noise. It sounds like my neighbor is doing yard work. There's not much I can do to help that, but hopefully it's not too abrasive. Alright, so I'm just working in this one color. And sometimes it's actually quite nice to have the background color mixed in. Like in here, I kind of like the way that's looking. So sometimes your mistakes can end up being really helpful. Okay, so now I have to figure out what these little doodlies, whatever they are, what are they gonna be? I think kind of like, oh, that's okay. Oh, huh. Yeah, Stacy, so what I do is in the heat of the day, I take a hot shower, so that way I'm not, really, I'm sorry, a cool shower, so that way I'm not like really hot. And then lately I've been going, my friend has a pool and she lives like just a mile away or so, and she knows my situation, so she's been inviting me over. So in the evening I just go for a swim, and that helps a lot, just to kind of like cool me off. And if it gets really unbearable, I take my work to the library down the street. So I do have, and my bedroom is air conditioned, so I do sleep well. It's just during the day, the heat is pretty rough, but yeah, it's not a big deal. I'm a big girl, I can handle it. Uh-huh. Let's see, and then your watercolors dry chalky, Melody. Interesting. They're really smooth and layer nice. Oh, so now you're talking about the Winsor & Newton markers. Just wish yeah, you can't refill the Tombows either. I think that's pretty standard of watercolor markers, unfortunately. It is something that I miss from the Copics. Let's see. Yeah, I have tube watercolors, professional tube watercolors. The reason I don't use those is I actually find the tubes to be rather annoying to open and close all the time, and and I don't have like a nice palette like the Yarka set does. So I could invest in a nice watercolor palette, and then that would fix that problem, I think. But yeah, for right now I prefer the Yarkas. And then yeah, the watercolors that I have that are professional brand are the, well, I have a couple different tubes. The ones I have the most of are the Daniel Smith watercolors, and I love them. I bought one tube a long time ago and played around with it, and then didn't buy them anymore until I had a project, and I wanted to get some nice professional grade ones. It was for a client, and so I wanted it to be light fast and just look nice. So I splurged on the professional brand, and I don't regret it. Okay, so now I'm gonna swap over, I think, maybe not that pink, maybe more of a peachy color. Let's see what we got. Pardon me while I decide my... Ooh, that's fancy. No. Maybe a combo of this one and that one. This is a process I go through quite often with my... Yeah, Daniel Smith. Yeah, I haven't tried the Arteza brush markers. I don't know if you're using them wrong. I think a lot of markers end up looking too dark for me, and I like the pastels in markers a lot more. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with a layer. So for the middle of the flowers, oh, and I missed another leaf. How could I do this? Oh my. All right, let's get that leaf going. Here's 228 again. Breaking that out for another missed leaf. I do this all the time. I'm sorry, guys. It's just like a chronic colorist problem I have where I miss spots. I don't know how I do it. Oh, and look, here's another spot, but I'll use the lighter green for that. So I'm swapping over to 243. All right, you all, okay, everybody else is, I think, covered. Anyway, yeah, the Arteza ones, I haven't tried them, so I have no idea. I'm not a very experienced marker person. I started using markers for the first time in December for Christmas last year. My boyfriend gave me a bunch of these Tombows, and I love them now. Okay, so for the middles, I'm going to use a combo of 20 and 761. So I'll start out with 20. This is like a light pale yellowy peachy color. And I'm just working from the middle, so wherever I think that the little doodad originates from. So I work from the middle and then work my way out towards the end. Oh yeah, Stacy, Mark and I have been together for over 8 years now, and he's amazing. He's really awesome. So yeah, we ride BMX bikes together. I also ride on the back of his motorcycle. We like two wheels. But yeah, we go on a lot of road trips together. We have a small little trip planned this week actually, so that'll be fun. Trying not to touch the paper because I'm sweating. I don't want to run the rest of the... Okay. Yeah, we try to have fun. I try not to act like an adult as much as possible. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously though, I mean, I do feel like a lot of the times, you know, I do act like a kid, but I think having fun and not getting stuck in a routine too much is really important for me. Otherwise I get kind of frustrated. So we go on road trips. We live in Pennsylvania, right near Philadelphia. But we go to New Jersey and Delaware and Maryland, just sort of around the area that we live. Hey, Ann. I saw you just tried to call me, but I couldn't answer your call because that would cut out the live stream. But I'm glad you found your way here. I'll call you back in about like 45 minutes or half hour, whenever this is over. So now I'm swapping to color 761. By the way, everybody, this lady here, Evelyn, is my little sister. So give her a shout out. Emmy and I, we do crafts and, art projects together. So, yeah, you may see her here and there. Oh, we're talking art supplies. Nice, guys. Yeah, if you have any good deals that you found online, feel free to link those right in the chat. That's fine with me. So we are just chugging along. Yep. Yeah, Emily is the one that lent me the Copic markers to try out, and she's also given me other art supplies. Emily was also the one to give me my very first coloring book. So shout out to Emmy for getting me started on a hobby that now I cannot seem to stop, even if I try. Yep. Yeah, we share stuff. Yeah, she borrows my stuff all the time too. It's good. It's good to have someone in the family that you can share with. And a lot of our other family members are very artistic too. Our cousin Katie is a photographer, and she's really, really amazing. And who else? Who else is in our? I think that. I mean, Mom is really artistic too. She does. Our mom does like batiks and different sort of crafts and stuff. Yeah, we totally got it from Mom. Is Ryan artistic, Yep, life is too short. So I'm just working in this pink here into these little flowers. And now at this point I'm just going sort of down at the bottom and sort of leaving the top bit alone. See, I don't know what that is. I'm making it like an amorphous, yeah. Alright. So now that we've done that, it feels like the watercolors up top have dried. So that's cool. What I'm going to do is, let's see here. What color is this? Yeah, so there are some areas which I want to get in here. And let's zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see better. So what I'm going to do is, with this marker, so I'm using N60, it doesn't have to match exactly, but I'm just going to fill in just to make it the same brightness. Now remember, markers do dry a little lighter, so don't freak out if it's a little bit darker than your background color. It will dry a little lighter. Just sort of touching up where I didn't want to get with the watercolor, because it would have been really close to the hair. So that's pretty good. Okay, and now I'm gonna swap over to, this was over here, this, I think it's this light blue. Yep, and just mix that down. Oh, so I'm sorry, this is 451. I'm just gonna mix that in. And I'm using the very flat of the marker just to kind of give it more surface area. And this is the same blue that we used to base out her hair initially, actually. I just want to give more contrast to her face. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. And what's nice about sunset is it doesn't have to match. The colors can be streaky and that's okay. That's sort of like how sunset is. So that's great. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations. 24 years is a long time to be married. I thought that 8 years was a long time. I'm just going to wipe myself down. I am sweating. Sorry about that. I came prepared though. I have these paper towels right here. I kind of knew that this is going to happen. Alright, so... okay. So now we have more of the sky done. And I think what I want to go into now. Oop. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this 620 here and just carry this dark gray right down. So I'm just trying to be careful around her face because I don't want to get these colors on her face. So again, the reason why I'm working in the background right now is I'm preparing for working on these butterflies. And I want to have a nice idea of, generally, it doesn't have to be perfect. I am going to go over this with pencil and all that. But I just want to have a general sense of how dark or light the background will be. So that way, when I go in with the butterflies, I can provide a necessary contrast. So you can see I'm just working in long, even strokes, going the same direction. That's the trick to making it look less streaky, or rather that we're using the streaks to our advantage more than anything else. Alright. It's a beautiful book. Oh goodness. Oh, well thank you, Stacy. I'm glad that you learned the difference, because I think that anybody can learn. I don't think there's really too much importance on talent. I think a whole lot of it is skill, and skill is a learned thing. That's not something that you have to be born with. So the good news for all of us is that no matter how much talent we have, we can always learn like 90% of what we need to know. And then the other 10%, hopefully we pick it up along the way anyway. But if not, at least we're having fun, right? Practice, practice, practice. Alright. So this is getting better. So you can see it's a little streaky. That's okay. I am going to go over the background with colored pencil to kind of clean everything up. But that's about the darkness that I was hoping for. I want those stars when I put the gel pen on to really kind of pop from the background. So I'm feeling a lot more happy with the way that's starting to look. So let's go over to the butterflies. I haven't really decided. This is like a theme of this page. I haven't decided, but I'm just gonna jump in. Let's see. What do I feel like with this? Well, we've got the blues down here. Maybe I'll go with like a monarchy kind of scheme with the black and then the orange. Obviously, it won't actually be monarchs because these patterns aren't like monarch patterns, but I can kind of be inspired by them. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the N15. This is like a really dark gray. It's not actually black, but it might as well be. I'm just going to kind of make some decisions here, so I'm going to go for it. I feel like I'm getting text messages. So sorry guys if you guys can actually hear that. I don't know if you can. It's a busy morning, I guess. Yes, Loretta, I am definitely winging it. Literally winging it. Get it? Okay, yeah, it's too early in the morning for bad puns. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes when you don't know what you're doing, you just gotta go for it. See what happens. Thank you, Melody. Yeah, that's a big thing that I try to make people understand that more than anything else. I really feel that way. So if you take nothing else away from my videos, at least hopefully you'll take that. Ooh, I think I may have gotten that off my head. I head butted you guys. Sorry. Okay. Ooh. Let me put a paper towel. Sorry for the paper towel, that's just to prevent me from sweating all over it. That's kind of gross, guys. Sorry. It is pretty warm today. I can't believe it's this warm and it's only, what time is it? Yeah, 9:30. Oy. It's gonna be a big pool party day, I hope. Oh my gosh. Wait, Stacy, did that just happen just right now? And hello, Darla. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to say. That's crazy. It just gave out? Wow. Huh. Alright. That's just crazy. So for anybody who can't see the chat, Like if you're watching this on TV, Stacy's house just exploded, I think. Not actually exploded, but pushed and stacked. Oh, good. Oh my goodness. Well, at least all the art supplies are safe. That's the important bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to 991 now. Sometimes I do plan my pages. I'm just filling in random spots right now. Obviously, I'm not planning this page. Okay. So what I do with one wing, I do to the other wing. Okay, I like that color. That's pretty. I'm also gonna snag this Tweety, and let's put some of it right there. How about this stripe? Now where you've gone, where you go close to that black, be careful not to smudge this through it. Like I'm actually just avoiding it completely. That's just to keep it from smearing. Alright, so we've got that spot there. I don't take some of this. Uh-oh. 2 days ago. Goodness, Stacy. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Alright, now we've got this bright yellow. It's 62. I'm going to throw some of that in here. Why not? And maybe in this little thing. Maybe some here. I don't know. I'm just putting it down wherever I feel like it. This is the fun part about coloring, is you just zone out. Put color down. Don't worry about it. Where else do I feel like putting this color? I like this color. It's such a cheery color. Alright. I'm going to swap back over to this 991. Oh, that's rough. They should make closets that are bulletproof for colorists. Meaning we can stack as many books as we want and it won't fall over, right? Oh my goodness. I have a bookshelf that has a lot of coloring books on it, but I think the shelf is gonna hold up. Like it seems like it's okay. So hopefully it doesn't do the same thing. Goodness, that's scary. I hope that you I hope that you weren't like real close by when it happened. Can't even imagine. Alright. Maybe we'll put some... Where else do I want to put it? Maybe in here. So I'm just basing this out. I'm going to go through and add shading and texture with colored pencil. But this is a fun way, very fast way, swapping over to 62. Very fast way of getting rid of the white of the paper. This allows you to not need to burnish or press so hard to get rid of that white tooth. So I quite like this method. I've been using it a lot. Well, try to remember to get both wings. Okay, and now I'm swapping back over to 991. And I'm going to very carefully fill in. Now if you do get some of the black on your marker tip, that's okay. What you can do here, I'll do it on purpose just to show you. So you get some black on there. It is going to, you know, muddy your color, but you can just clean it off with a sheet of paper, and you see it gets clean after about the 6th swipe or whatever. So we can easily clean off the ends if we do drag it through. Alright, and I think we'll give him a gray body. I'm going to add more black in there. I just haven't decided where yet, so I put a lot of other colors. So N75, this is a really light gray, so I'm going to start him off and just base the entire area off with this light gray. Just really quick throw that down. And now I'm going to swap over to this N15. This is a really dark gray. The same gray that we used for the wings. Let's see, can you guys see this okay? Let me zoom in a little. There we go. That's a little better. Let's see. Oop, I'm missing some chats. Sorry. Uh-oh, Emmy, your shelf is bowing. Which shelf? Oh my goodness. You have Tupperware bins on the floor. Yeah, so... oh, I know which shelf you mean. Yeah, the clear Tupperwares are really nice. Good tips. Alright, so you've got this little butterfly dude. We're hanging with him. So now that I see sort of where all this is going, I think I can throw in the rest of the blacks on these wings now. So you can see I'm just leaving a little bit of area for highlight to make him seem a little shiny. And we'll add more shine to that later. Okay, so now I'm going to add in some black. I want black along this bottom here. And I'm calling this black, but I think it's actually dark gray. That's okay. You guys know what I'm talking about. Alright. And then, let's see. Hello, Katrina. Welcome. Welcome back. Oh, nice, Stacy. That sounds like a good storage solution. I love that you guys are exchanging ideas in the chat. It's awesome. Okay. So still winging it here. I'm just filling in wherever I think might look nice. So these designs, that's entirely up to you, however you want to approach it. Oh yeah. I love you guys too. I'm so glad that we could hang out and chat today in color. I do apologize for the earlier interruptions, but it seems like the stream is pretty good now. It's almost like my phone just has to get used to it. It can't handle it. And then I think I want this circle to be black, actually. Let's see with this one. I don't know, I'm feeling that. Oh, look, I made a mistake. Let's just make that a little smaller. And I think I want to fill in this spot too. It's a little dangerous here. It's a lot of black, but I think I can get away with it. Now, any spots that you might make a mistake or go over the lines, that's totally okay. Really easy to fix any mistakes in colored pencil later, so don't worry about it. Just enjoy yourself and have fun. I do find that taking my time does help, especially with marker in small little tight areas. You know, just don't rush it, take your time. For dark colors, I find it to be rather nice because you don't have to worry so much about the streakiness problem. Aw, Stacy. Well, I hope you feel better soon. I know when you're not feeling good, everything is harder. Okay, so since I have this black up against another area of black, what I'm doing is actually just reserving a little spot, just like that, so that I can go back in and give a little bit more definition later. But it helps reserving the light of the paper. In just a little bit of a spot. Okay, so now this doesn't look great yet, but don't worry. We're going to get that shaded out, and it will look totally different. So I'm going to do the same color palette for that butterfly as well. So I'm going to jump in with 991, and let's move this over so that way you guys, can you see it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's in the frame. Okay. Oh, don't be sorry. I mean, I call it a color in chat, so what would it be without the chat? It would just be a color. No, I like hanging out with you guys. That's part of the reason why I do live streams, as opposed to plenty of people record videos and upload them later and they don't talk through them and all that. But yeah, when I first started my YouTube channel, I asked, you know, what people were looking for, and it seemed to be predominantly that people wanted somebody to talk through what they were doing. So that's why I started live streams, so that I could chat with you guys and you can ask me questions and we can exchange ideas. I think it's so much more than just a time lapse. And so yeah, that's part of it. Yep, some music or chatting with friends. All these things make the time pass a lot faster. Sometimes I'll listen to podcasts. I'll even watch some YouTube videos sometimes if I want to, but yeah. All really good suggestions. So I kind of feel like that should have, okay, well maybe not. Boop. And I think I'll color this, I don't know. Again, just winging it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm jumping all over the place. Okay. Then, so we've got here number 62. He's gonna jump in the mix. We're gonna throw in some of that So I actually recommend doing the lighter colors first, like I did here, versus putting the black down. So that way you don't have to be as careful. Much better working method. So learn from me, don't do what I did. Alright, so we've got these little doodles. And let's fill in that. And all these little circles, I'll make those yellow too. Oh, and how about these? Those look like they could be yellow. Oh, okay. Like that. Alright, I think that'll work out. And then we've got the N15. Doot doot. It's that really dark, nearly black color. So we're gonna fill in. And now I'm favoring the outside of the shape first. And then I go ahead and fill in on the inside. Usually the silhouette of the shape is more important, so I usually try and get that knocked out in the first pass. And when you come to corners like that, much easier to pick up your paint marker and then put it back down again, then try and carry it through all in one stroke. So you can fill that guy in. And so that's why I didn't worry too much about the background bleeding through. I didn't know that it was going to be black, but usually I like fly wings to have like a dark outline, just a contrast. Okay. Oh. So yep, taking your time. That always helps. Don't try and get it all done all at once. And then we can go in and fill it in. Yeah, coupons. That's the trick right there. I tell you what, I hardly ever buy an art supply that's not on sale or has a coupon or something. At this point, I think I spend more on that than I do on like clothes or anything else that people are supposed to spend money on. Yeah. Just filling it in. Let's see. Aw, I'm so sorry to hear that you have anxiety. Yeah, I'm not in debt from it, but I definitely don't have a whole lot of spare cash. Um, that's okay. I think that money is not as important as having fun. As long as I can pay all my bills, then I'm doing okay. It's tough because I live by myself, and so I have one income to pay for everything. I make it all work. Okay. So these are some really, really bright butterflies. Let's see. I think I missed a spot again. I like that. You'd rather buy art supply. Oh wait, that's supposed to be black. I'm a goofball. Yeah, that's supposed to be black. I just forgot to fill it in. Yeah, I like that too. I'd rather buy art supplies than just eat bananas. I mean, bananas are pretty cheap. I think you could make it work. They have lots of potassium too, so that's good. Could be worse. Could be eating like ramen noodles, right? Those aren't very good for you. Okay. You guys are funny. Alright, so I'm going to fill in some other areas with black. I don't know, I'm feeling it on this one. Okay. So I'm going to do this little star shape thing. And that inner dot. And then I think this background too. It's okay. I'm going to let it merge in a little with this other space. I feel like that's okay. So Emmy, do you work today? Is that why you were calling me? You want a ride? Because sometimes I give her rides to work. Let's see. Oh, you want a ride to work. Okay. I think we can make that happen. Mom turned on? Oh my gosh. That never happens. Our mom is like an anti-AC person, guys. She really feels strongly not to use the AC, but she actually broke down and used it. Yeah, I mean, right now, I am sweating. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through today. I'm gonna have to go to the library. It is rough. And just as a frame of reference for those of you who don't live in our area, this is unusually hot. Doesn't normally get this hot until much later in the summer. So we're just not used to this. We're just not prepared. Yeah, it's like 94, thanks Deb. 94 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know what that is in Celsius. If somebody wants to convert that, something what, like 30, I'm gonna guess 36 or 7, something like that. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Okay. In any case, being 94 at 10 o'clock in the morning, I think is just ridiculous. Yeah, it's gonna feel more right now in my apartment. See, because I'm on the 3rd floor, and I have a lot of skylights and windows, my apartment gets about 10 degrees hotter than it is like outside in the sunshine. So, I can expect probably temperatures of like 110, 120 in my apartment. So that's why I turn on the air conditioning for my kitty cat. She's in there now. She wouldn't stick around. I don't blame her. She's got fur. So yeah, poor thing. But I like to at least provide her a little space where she can go. Like, I put her food in there and everything, so she technically doesn't have to leave that air conditioning if she doesn't want to. But me, I suffer out here. Yeah. I mean, I just have, I have trouble, working. I don't have like a desk in there, and it's not a big enough room to put a desk in there. Um, so I either have to like work on my bed. I don't know. It's just, so I think what I'll do is I'll go to the library. There's a library right down the street, and they have air conditioning. So I might just, truck my laptop down there and finish my work day at the library. Which will be totally fine. Okay, so we've got some pretty dark butterflies. I think this will be really nice and dramatic once we get the shading going. So this so far, kind of like how we have like the dark hair and the dark butterflies kind of going together. So now what do I want to work on next? Let's see, it's 10 o'clock. So I think probably we should just do maybe a couple little finishing touches for today. For these butterflies, I want to add in some browns. So yeah, something like this. Just to give a little accent and sort of a transition between the blacks and those oranges. Also right here. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I can't work on my bed. I just, yeah, I just can't work on there. I mean, I can do it for a brief period of time, but not a full work day. Plus I feel like that's bad for my sleep too. Like every time I tend to work in my room, I don't sleep as good. I don't know why, but I just avoid it. Alright, so now I'm gonna maybe go in here with this little dude. Give his little details some brown. don't know what I'm doing with his eyes yet, but we'll give him a little brown belly. And here I'm not worrying if I'm mixing it in with the black. That's okay. I think that's all pretty nice actually. Maybe I'll go a little brown in here just for some contrast. And you'll see I'll work this in with colored pencil later, so that way the transitions are smooth. So you don't always have to have the marker. Oh wait, I missed these little. You don't have to have the marker be like 100% smooth. You can smooth all that out with colored pencil. Alright. It's coming together. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here for today. We're at a good stopping point, and then I can pick up later on with maybe colored pencils next time, and start in with the shading. But does anybody have any questions before we go? We haven't done a second run yet because we haven't sold out of the first run. Unfortunately, I didn't project this to happen, but the digital PDF has been really eating in the sales of the printed book, and most people seem to be buying the digital PDF instead. So I don't know if we'll be doing a second run. The printed book is still available via Amazon. I can link that in the description below. But it seems like people are mostly, yeah, you can buy a copy. They are available. There's the digital PDF is on my Etsy store, and I'll link that in the description. It is $9, I believe, over there, or maybe $10. I'm not quite sure. I priced it pretty cheaply for the PDF. And then I believe that the paper copy is something like $30 on Amazon. That's being sold by the lady who bought the wholesale copies from me for my Kickstarter campaign. So either way, you can get a copy of my first book. Just FYI, you guys, I am working on new books. I do have some digital PDFs of my newer work available on Etsy as well. A little bit of self-promotion there while I'm here. So yeah. Anyway, if you have any questions about the coloring page that we're working on today, throw that in the chat. Yeah, I'm really happy to continue working on this. Hopefully, I'll get to work on it again sometime soon this week. Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna keep drawing, so hopefully we'll never run out of topics to color. But yeah, as for this video, I think I'm gonna wrap it up and call this for today. But yeah, if you liked this video, don't forget to hit that like button. That really does help me out. Also, if you're new to the channel, I do these live streams all the time. So if you liked this video, then I would hit the subscribe button, because this is exactly the type of video I'm going to be doing in the future. And yeah, otherwise, I hope you guys had a nice morning with me. Thank you so much for attending. I love the chat, and I'll take more of it. Thank you guys, and as always, I hope that you have a wonderful... Oh! Doing a Oh, I'm sorry, I have a question. Hold on. I haven't done a video on doing a galaxy, but I totally can if you guys want. Is that a request that I should put on my list? I could do that. Yep, a galaxy in watercolor. I could totally do that. I'll pick a page and do that sometime soon. I will. Okay, yes, I will go swimming today. Don't worry. Thank you for hitting the like button, and yeah, you guys, you're awesome. I'll put that Galaxy watercolor tutorial on my to-do list, so you can look forward to that in the future. And as always, I hope that you guys have a wonderful, magical time coloring. Bye.